Hello everyone, Jonas here bringing you another shoutcast. I actually have game number 3 between Kaz and mouzMorrow. It is going to be on Teldarim Altar, and it is going to be hopefully a great matchup. It is 1-1 right now, and during the Daily Motion Cup semifinals, and looking forward to an exciting matchup. Last game, I honestly don't know how Kaz lost that. I guess he got to the left of his base. He should have actually kind of went in the middle. That way he would have blocked off mouzMorrow, but allowed mouzMorrow to get around his base. But I talked about that last game. So we're going to go on to this game, and we are going to have Empire just get right into it, and he's going to be able to come out here, build up a slot ID post. So he's going to try blocking off this choke from the Zerg. mouzMorrow's going to be on the bottom side of the map here, and he's going to have lots of Zerglings being produced here early on. Drones, lots of drones being produced, and just trying to get his macro up and going. Teldarim is a very interesting map. You have your expansion right outside your base, so you can easily defend it if you chose to. But then on the bottom, you actually have your expansion with rocks, and this is your second expand. But it's very hard and very difficult to actually defend, just because you have the main choke here that you can block off, but then you have this back ramp as well. So there's two ways into this second expansion, so you have to be very careful not to have your player get around you and kind of get you off your position here, especially against a Zerg player. The Zerg can easily come in here and actually put a lot of pressure on you and just throw your game completely off. And I'm sure that's what mouzMorrow needs to do to win this game. Just kind of force Kaz to just have to be all over the map and, you know, split up his forces. And mouzMorrow, as a Zerg, you can just basically bring all your forces and dominate the Terran army, as you seen the last game, where he just basically got some great surrounds on Kaz there and was able to dominate his troops. And we are going to see mouzMorrow come in here and scout exactly where Empire is located at. And he's going to have a little bit of upper hand just because he knows exactly where he's at, while Kaz has no idea. He's just now scouting, and he is going to be going the right direction, so it's going to be pretty fine. He's going to be able to find mouzMorrow fairly fast. Be interesting to see if he tries to put any early pressure on. Look at this annoying little drone here, not allowing no depot to go down or anything here on this this barracks, and he is able to get that reactor up right there. Didn't really buy any time because there's a marine being produced anyways, but this drone is going to go down. Wasn't able to steal the gas or anything there, so a great kill there from Kaz, and he is going to be throwing down a reactor right away. So a little bit different of a game plan here for Kaz. We'll see if it pays off. He is going to be sending those early Marines out once again to put some pressure on mouzMorrow, which I really like this play. It's definitely very good, and he usually gets that, you know, SCV that scouts to build a barracks, but or a bunker. But it looks like this game he is not going to do that. We have medic ball boosts on the way already here. 2 queens being produced, and mouzMorrow just producing lots of drones here, and he might be able to produce a little bit more just because there's not going to be any early pressure from Kaz like last game, so he doesn't have to be forced to build the spine crawlers. He is going to build 1 though for defensive purposes, but not 2 like he's been having to do each game the last games. We are going to see some Hellions come out as well. 2 Hellions being produced, and they are going to come right across the map. 4 Zerglings on the way as well, and 2 more Hellions being produced on the actual factory there. I'm sure he's going to be pushing with maybe these 2, but for sure 4, and you might be able to destroy a few workers here and there. Not with just the 2 though, because these queens are going to be easily able to defend this. He's going to try to get around, but he's not going to be able to do that. The queens are right there to stop him from going into the main base, so he's going to have to really wait for this 2 Hellions. Last game he was able to do this and destroy a lot of workers and put him in ahead in the game quite a bit. This queen's going to come off the actual line here and actually go right off the creep a little bit there to chase after these Hellions. 4 Hellions coming in here now though. This can do some damage though if he's if mouzMorrow's not careful here. These Hellions kind of just chilling out on the top of the creep here, not really going in there. 6 Zerglings on the way, another queen being produced as well. And we are going to see him kind of just try to get in the base if he can somehow. Zerglings blocking off this choke that can easily surround these Hellions though. And we are going to see another Banshee play. 1 Banshee with Cloak actually coming out here very shortly. Lots of Zerglings being produced though. And these Hellions are just kind of just chilling out here, not really doing any pressure, but it's really forcing mouzMorrow to kind of play a little bit more aggressive and get a lot of Zerglings produced here. And here they come. They're going to come off the line. Probably get the surround on these Hellions that aren't paying attention. They are going to be able to get on the surround. And these Hellions are all going to die. Great play there for Morrow. And we are going to see the Banshee about 90% done. It's going to be actually coming down to the choke of Kaz here of Morrow very shortly here. Kaz is going to be expanding off of this Banshee, it looks like, but he needs to be very careful here, just because these Zerglings are open to attack this expansion here. Here comes the Banshee. It is going to have that cloak ability on there. There is no spore crawlers out quite yet, and there is no lair tech yet, so he can't get an overseer out quite yet. Now he does actually kind of show that he has the Banshee. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, because it can actually force Morrow to kind of react to this. He isn't building the stuff. There goes the Spore Crawler. So the Spore Crawler finally goes down. Now there's Cloak on here, so it's going to be open to kill lots of drones. He already has 7 drone kills from there. Well, more like 6, I think, because one of those was a Zergling. 10 worker kills altogether so far. He's doing a great job. The Spore Crawler almost completed. He needs to back away before it dies. And there goes the Overseer. And this, the Banshee does go down. But it does actually pay for himself. He does get about 10 kills on that Banshee. 40 to 32 is the worker count, though, in favor of Morrow still after all those workers died. That's the power of Zerg, man. You can get those drones right back up pretty fast. And off of that, though, Kaz is able to expand. He isn't taking the gas, though, on his expansion quite yet. He is building a second barracks, and engineering bay is going down as well to deal with that spire that's being researched as well. Plus, you can actually get some nice little upgrades out of that engineering bay as well. And we are going to see him basically just both players macroing up at this point. No more harassment from either side of the map. And we are going to see this Banshee trying to get in here. It actually got one more kill, or this one got 1 kill on it. But it does back away before dying. So the second Banshee trying to do some harassment as well. And needs to be very careful, though, not to die. And he's going to go over to the Zelnaga Tower, able to pick off probably 2 Zerglings here. And they do back away just in time before they can die. Third expansion going down for Morrow is over here, so he is going to try to expand as much as he can, keep his macro up. Some nice upgrades on the field for both players. We do have the attack 1 for the infantry, stem pack about 50% done, and we do have that level 1 attack for the actual mutas being researched, as well as Zerglings are getting that 1 attack too. So both players trying to get their macro up and going, like I just said, and get those upgrades that are necessary. We do have mutas on the field now. Mutas can be very effective for harassment purposes. It looks like we are going to see both players actually push out the nice little size army. Empire going to back away. And he was going to be kind of in an awkward position here in the middle of the map. He needs to be very careful. Lots of Zerglings coming across the map. Possibly going to be able to pick off some troops that are not together, but the Kaz is able to get his army back together here. Picks off 1 Marine at the Zelnaga Tower, and these mutas need to be very careful. There's no Banelings on the field. I'd love to see some Banelings here. Kaz trying to get in position. He's trying to get this game 2-1. Can he do it here? And we are going to see him actually back away, trying to take the Zelnaga. He needs to be very careful, though, because this army of the Zerg is just getting much, much powerful. And it's even getting some Banelings in the mix as well. That 1 attack for the mutas are almost researched, which will make these mutas very, very, very effective. One Marine kind of out of position. He's going to get picked off. He's like, no, help me, and it wasn't able to get there. But here comes the attack. Zerglings going to come in here. Lots of Marines up front, though, able to pick off a lot of those Zerglings. But Banelings come in here, and they get destroyed as well. The only thing left is going to be the mutas. So definitely a very good attack from Kaz there, and was able to take advantage of that siege tank splash and destroy all the Zerglings and Banelings. The only thing left was going to be the mutas, but the muta count does not get destroyed at all. So the mutas are going to survive, which is the most important part of that army at this point. Zerglings and Banelings can reproduce so fast, so not really that big problem losing those Zerglings and Banelings there. We do have combat shield almost completed for Kaz here. It's about 90% done, and we are going to see that Baneling speed actually being researched, which is very important, especially when you're off creep. You got to have some sort of speed to catch up to those Marines, and he needs to kind of play like the thing about Terran is you do not want to be caught on that creep. If you're caught on that creep and the Zerg get that surround on you, you're in a lot of trouble. So we are going to see these mutas just keep on gaining strength here. That one attack actually completed, and that count of mutas is very dangerous with the Zerglings and Banelings, and KAS needs to be very careful here. We do have mouzMorrow scouting that with a Zergling to see exactly what's going on, and mouzMorrow's going to back away. He needs to run after this army. I think he can actually easily destroy it, but KAS is going to be able to get away there. One thing, he's off creep, so he needs to be very careful when you're off creep because your army is reduced in speed by quite a bit actually. Worker count is 46 to 54 in favor of KAS. One siege tank in danger of going down. It does go to destroy. Here comes the attack. The mutas the Zerglings are going to be able to get a surround. Here comes the Baneling bust. Tons of Banelings coming here to destroy this whole army, and basically not much was destroyed there from mouzMorrow there. KAS definitely going to be in a lot of danger now. And here comes the second troops of army here from KAS. And KAS is going to back this army away, but he did lose quite a bit there. And look at the power of Zerg, man. He's able to spread that creep, expand to his third expansion, working on his fourth base, his third expansion over here on the right side. So mouzMorrow is able to put the pressure on and is able to keep up with his army mixture as well. So army size is going to be 66 to 75, pretty even on the field, and that economy is going to be in favor of mouzMorrow here just for a short period of time. But this expansion finally being actually built, a planetary fortress being actually worked on here. Here comes another engagement here, and Zerglings and Banelings are going to come in here and bust out this army completely up. My goodness, and the only thing left is going to be a few Marines, and these Zerglings and mutas are going to be able to clean this up with ease. Man, he made that look easy, didn't he? 24 Zerglings on the way as well, while there's only 7 Marines and 1 siege tank being produced. Armory finally being actually started being built here for upgrades for siege tanks, but KAS is in a really bad position here, probably going to be losing this planetary fortress here next. And here comes the counter attack onto his expansion. This is not good if he loses this expansion. There's a lot of SCVs over here mining, plus a lot of mules, and he's just going to be able to clean this up though. We do have some Marines coming in from the back end of this, but this planetary fortress is in a lot of trouble. The Marines are trying to come up here, and the actual planetary fortress does survive. He's going to go for the main base now with all these mutas, and he needs to be very careful not losing these mutas to these Marines. That one attack, one armor Marines are very powerful against mutas, and these mutas are going to have to back away here. The planetary fortress does not go down, which is a great thing, but he did lose a lot. Let me pause this game. My game's starting to lag a little bit. I do apologize about that. Let this lag pass here. And yeah, this is looking pretty good for KAS here, or I'm sorry, for mouzMorrow. That attack, these attacks, these little attacks here and there have been really in favor of mouzMorrow by a lot. I mean, these Banelings and Zerglings, he can reproduce quite fast, and these mutas are surviving, and the number of mutas are keep on getting larger. We have 23 mutas on the field, which is very, very nice. The worker count 62 to 57 in favor of mouzMorrow now. It was in favor of KAS, but he lost a lot up here during this attack. And I think we're good with the lag. Sorry about that. My game sometimes does that when I run it for a long period of time. I haven't restarted before doing these replays. I should have done that. I do apologize, but it'll go away. It takes a little second for it to go away, and it does, which you can see that. But the mutas are getting together, and that's a scary, scary army there. 23 mutas to deal with. Not enough Marines, I don't think, to deal with this at this point in the game. He is getting some Thors out. There's one being produced here. So that definitely will help out quite a bit once it actually comes up on the field to deal with this large muta army. And the army count is going to be about the same, about 160 to 135. But I mean, if we look at the actual army size, 75 to 67 is the army size in favor of KAS for now. And he's going to come up here and pick off a couple supply depots. Very annoying to deal with these mutas, especially in this type of numbers here, because you have to bring all your Marines up to deal with it, and they can just keep on going across the map. Look at this, splitting up the army, picking off Marines from the back, even picking off the Thor that he needed too. So that's the thing about it, is that you go over here to try to protect your base, and it splits up your army, and your other army is going to be destroyed. So very, very annoying to have to deal with that, I'm sure. And KAS is in a lot of trouble now. This army was kind of close to count, but now look at that army size for mouzMorrow, 92 to 73 over the army size of KAS now. And KAS is able to just go all over the map. And here he goes to the planetary fortress once again. And this planetary fortress is kind of defended this time with lots of turrets, but those turrets are going to die so fast with 30 mutas on the field. 31 mutas to be exact. So here we go. We are going to see this actually planetary fortress in a lot of trouble. He does back away though at the last second there. I don't know why he did. There's nothing there to protect it. I guess he destroyed all the actual workers. So he's like, you know what? That's not worth my time. So worker count now 78 to 45 in favor of Morrow. Morrow looking great here. That's the reason he backed away, because he saw the army actually on the creep. And we are going to see Kaz is trying to get in position to do some sort of damage, and he is going to come on this creep again. This is very scary to be on this creep, and unsieged as well. And he needs to be very careful here. He needs to siege up right away, or these banelings and zerglings are going to have a whole fun time here. So here we go. We are going to see him slowly push in. Lots of marines and siege tanks though for Kaz. So Kaz definitely not out of this quite yet. But look at this. He's going to actually go around the base and go for the actual planetary fortress with a couple zerglings here and banelings. Sorry, I get a drink of water there. And he is going to be able to, kill the creep a little bit here, and he needs to do that. He doesn't want to be caught in that creep. It can be very dangerous if he does. But here we go. We are going to see this planetary fortress in a lot of trouble here, and ooh, it almost dies, but doesn't do enough damage there. A mule does land to actually miss the whole attack. And there is the GG. I think a misclick there. And I didn't even see that. Wow. Alright, we know the game is over. We're going to go back to that because I missed that whole attack, and I don't really want to know what happened there. Alright, so here we go. We are going to have this massive army. What happened there? I was too busy looking at this little army over here. So he unsieges. He comes in here for the attack. He resieges. Speed this up a little bit. Here we go. So all these marines are going to come in here with the siege tanks at the back. Oh my goodness. And that's what happened right there. Oh my goodness. Look at those banelings. I hate Zerg. I really do. Oh, that just sucks. I've had that happen to me so many times. It's not funny as a Terran player myself. Very frustrating. But there you go. We have Morrow up 2-1 now. We are going to the next game. Can Kaz tie it up 2-2? We'll have to wait and see what happens in the next game. Anyways, keep on watching. Thanks for subscribing for those that have.